Hello, welcome to this second live coding session by Behind the Code. Today we are with Alexandre, a game developer working at Phaeton Games, and he will talk about DOTS by Unity to make powerful games and avoid performance issues.
So, hello, I'm Alexandre Niquez, a Unity 3D developer. I'm here in the name of Phaeton Games, which is a group of friends which I'm making game like terraforming, which is a quick game where the goal is to cultivate plants to terraform the moon. And but with this game we encounter some issue. Performance issue, because when we have too much plants in the game, we have some lag. So we made some research, and we know now that Unity is object-oriented programming in the normal way. So what is that? It's you have a game object which contains some mono-behavior stuff which contains some data, code, and it's randomly spread in the memory layout. So it's not very efficient, and you have a lot of jump in the memory. So one of the solutions of that is to use DOTS. DOTS, what is that? It's composed of three things: entity component system, job system, and burst compiler. But first, a little demonstration of the performance of DOTS. So first, we will spawn 10,000 cube in the normal way of Unity. So it's in the PO or oriented object programming paradigm. And here I will play the little demo. So here we have our 10,000 cube, and the calcul time to spawn it is 277 milliseconds. Now I want to make the same thing, but with the dot system here. So here I launch the game. And in the console, you can see that there is only 41 milliseconds to spawn all the cube. So we have a good. It's way better than it's. We can spawn more plants. So we are happy. So first, we have the entity component system in the DOTS. So data-oriented tech stack. The entity component system is composed of three things: the entity, which is an ID, which point of in some components. The component is organized with in chunk in the memory. So it have a better organization. So the access in the data is fastest. So you have less jump in the memory, so it's more efficient. And ECS is composed of entity, component, we saw it, and system. System will take the data in the component and process it to make something. Voila. And then the job system. The job system will allow us to use the potential multiple CPU of your multiple thread of your PC. So you can launch several calculs in the same time. It's very useful, and you gain some time. And last, it's a burst compiler. It allows you to, the burst compiler will take your code and translate it in the highly optimized matching code. So it's fastest, and it will be adapted to your target platform. So now I will show you how to make this little demo where you spawn 10,000 cube. So, but first we need to know how to spawn an entity. How I make an entity object. So I create a game object, a simple game object, like a cube. Oh, it's here. Maybe in the same bit. Oh, yes, here. I will only in my I will position my camera to see that. Talk like this. Whoops. Voila. So to create an entity, we only need to add a little script provided by entity, which is convert to entity, and that's it. You see your entity, but you don't see the game. But the game object is disappearing from the hierarchy windows. So you have your entity. But now what I want is to dynamically spawn my entity. So how I can make that? First, I will save my little game object into a prefab. Please, yes, like this. I supprime it. I delete it. Sorry, and I create an empty game object. And I convert it to an entity. So now I want to create to spawn dynamically my entity. So I will need a component which stores my prefab, and then a system to spawn my entity. So first the first script. Yep, please, thanks. And I will create a little component, runtime component type. So here it's spawner demo data. Here you have your script. Delete all my the initial things here. And what I want in that is to store an entity. So in public entity et prefab, by example, it's like you want, it's as you want. But now how I can access to add my component to my entity? I can't put my entity here because it's not Bonobo behavior. So I will create a proxy. So create OCS authoring component. Yep. So spawner demo proxy. Yes. So open it. So I delete what is not useful. And first I create my data. So like this, we have spawner demo data equal to data equal to new spawner. Please, yes. Up. But we want a prefab, but what? So we instantiate a little game object which call prefab. By example, I'm very creative here. So, but we can directly put prefab in that. So we need to convert it to an entity. So with the conversion system, which is here, we get the primary entity of the prefab. Voilà. Then we add the component in our entity. So for that we use the entity manager dot add component data your entity and then your data. Okay. So that's it. And what we need now is the system. So like this. So we create the little system in our in folder. So in the ECS on system, like this, spawner demo system. We open it like this, and you have your job system here. That all the useless things like this, and voila. For now, I will just launch the process to see if there is no problem. For now, and there is no problem, it's good. So we don't have access in the job of entity manager, so we can create directly an entity. So for that we need to create an buffer. For that we need to create that and simulation. Yep, buffer, and we in the create in the override and create manager, we can instantiate it and simulation equal to your world dot get or create system, and that's it. No, that's not it. It's like this. And simulate up like this. No. It's more like this, and we need to have our command buffer in our jobs. So we add it in that. So entity command buffer, we name it command buffer, this, and that's it, and we add that like this. Yep. We didn't put it in public, so we can access it. That's normal. Up. So now the command buffer of your jobs is to call to your and simulation buffer dot get entity. No, it's not that. Create command buffer is that. So you have your command buffer. You will be available to use your command buffer and create entity. That it's not like this better. So but you need to I want to have my entity here because in the jobs I need to access the entity spawner because I want to delete it. I don't want to have several too much objects in my scene, in my world, sorry, and then I will delete my entity which is the spawner. So for that use the command buffer dot destroy, but you can't access to the entity because is the spawner demo system use the interface each job for for if you want to use the entity, you need to use each job for each with entity, like this. So it's right because it's not the good interface which is implement. So you can correct it like that. Yep. But I don't want the translation on the rotation. I prefer to get the location to local to world, and not the rotation but the spawner demo data better. And now it's right because you don't have the good interface. Here it's a translation and rotation, and what we want is the local world and spawner demo data. So we implement it like that, and that's all. We rename it because I don't like the C0 and C1. It's not very a good name. So here I create data, and here I will delete my entity. No, not entity but command buffer. Sorry, destroy entity et entity. Ah, so just to know if I make some mistake, I will run my little things, and there is no mistake. It's good. We'll just rename my game object in spawner, and now what I want is to spawn my object. So how I do that? It's I have my entity. So with the command buffer, I can instantiate my entity. So data dot prefab. You can use the function create entity, but it uses an entity archetype, or here I have an entity. Voilà. So now click on play, and up that our entity will spawn. Ah, it's not spawning, and I don't have my entity. So, but why? I have an entity, but it's not that. It's only because I didn't add my proxy. So I need to add my little proxy, not like this, but like that. This one, and add the prefab as a game object. So I will take the little game object that I made the last time. And so here, click on play, and there is a mistake. Why? It's not declared. So there is a mistake, but I know there is a mistake here. But I will delete the post compiler, and I will add in the proxy the I declare reference prefab. So I can reference my my little game object into a prefab. So up. So in the reference prefab, I add my little prefab. That's it. And there is this mistake too. Yes, here. I need to add the schedule single in this comma input dependency, and here I will return my jobs, and here we are good. Do I have another mistake? No, I have my cube which is instantiate. I'm good. Okay. So here we have our prefab, and here our entity. So like this, but I will also put that like this in and simulation dot add job handle for processor and job. Voilà. And yes, it's working. So yes. So now we can dynamically spawn all our objects. Not all, but one object, sorry. So now I want to create several objects. So I will only add some data in the spawner demo data, like the colon equal and the row. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Speak too much. Then in the proxy, I will add the number in the colon and the number in the row. So colon, yes, and in the row, so like that, and here I will put, and I forgot to put it in public. Ah no, sorry, it's good things. So there is a mistake here. Forgot the comma, and it's better now. So colon and row, call to row. Yeah. So here I have all my data, but now I need to access to my system and spawn all my prefab. So all my entity. So for C for colon, or not C but X, because it's the X-axis we want. So in the data dot row equal row, or equal, as you wish, is the same thing. For in the depth, so in Z we take the row, so dot row. So next we want to instantiate our object. So here. So now I will test if it's working. No, it's not working. Why? Because when you have 0 colon and 0 row, you have nothing. It's it's normal. So I want 100 entity. So you have one entity, yes, in the screen, but in the entity debugger, which lists all your entity, you have 101 entity. I think you have all your entity here. So it's good. I think we have what you want. But now, how I can put my entity like the last time with my demo. where you have a little you have a square of entity. So here I will store my entity. Entity. No, not entity, but instance. Prefer. Up. Yep. And I will create a position. So a float3 pose equal to mat dot transform. So we want the matrix double 4 metaphor. So we want the location dot value. That's it, and a new position that the new float. Sorry. New float 3 and as position we want the x 0 in Y and the z for the depth. So and then we will set the translation, set the entity, so instance and on the translation, new translation like this, and yep, the translation component, we will set the value of our component into the position, and that it things. So now I will test if it's working. So Toto, I think it's working, but it's a little not pretty. Oops. Like this. Là, yeah. Up. So we have our ground, and if I can move like this, voila, we have our ground of a square of entity, and that's it. But now I want to make some noise in the y-axis to have not a square like this, but something more irregular. So I will add some noise in the y-axis. For that I will add some noise.cNoise and new float 2, yes 2, and we want x z and multiplicable by 0.21. It's only a little noise. So what you will see now is it's better like this. Yes. So we are all ground. So it's a good beginning for other things. Yes, I will stop here now. I will show you only what I made myself with all our with my teammates. We add some 3D model in that. So in my scene, scene full demo. I'm really disappointed that I couldn't show you how to the next part, but don't have enough time. So yes. So you have your ground that I show you how to make that, only just in blue. Intel blue and it's prettier. So you have some tree that you see in the little demo of terraforming on some plants. And I had some cube. If you look well, you can see that rotating. And you have some other stuff like sphere and capsule. And voila. So it's the end of my presentation, but I will only add some things. It's ECS, enfin dots. It's good. It's very good. It's very efficient and all, but it's a different way to code than normal. So you have to rack your brain some time to make something, and it's not for someone which use the OOP in the oriented object programming. It's not very easy every day to use dots, and it's on development. So the API will change. And it's not finished, so you can have some bugs or some and you don't have enough. You don't have a lot of documentation in the internet for now. So that's it for me.
Thanks a lot, Alexandre. So now we will answer some questions on Twitch that we may have. So I'll let you answer the
Yes. So the first question is how do I install dots? How do I install that? It's no, it's pretty easy. You go to the package manager, which is in the Windows Windows. So here you will be able to add the entity in your package manager. And don't forget to add the hybrid renderer, because entity is good, but if you don't add hybrid renderer, you will see nothing. So don't forget. So next question is how can I get a list of entities? It's a good question. So I have some example in my script, if I can find it. So not like this, but in the spawner term. Well, it's this one. Yes. Oof. So for that, you will be able to add all the script if you want in the site. So yep. First you create a group, an entity query. Then you make an entity query description. I suppose that desk is for description, and you list all your component you want in your entity. All the component you want to have in your entity, so you filter your entity by that. So in your group, you create your group with the get entity query, and then you can you make your group to an entity array, and you locate your job, find top job with the input depth, which is here, and then you wait that it's complete, and you can go in the next step. Here I use that to it's for the random spawn of my object in my clones. I wait here to see if there is always an entity spawner which element spawner random. If there is always here, I don't go to the groomed spawner. So that's it. So the next question is in the same way, is how to I access to my component in my entity. So for that you need to add a component data entity, component data from entity on your component, and to instantiate it, you will need to have your entity component buffer, and only make get component data from entity, and that's it. And in your jobs, that's this. You use your position tag access, and you put in a variable your entity like this. Var position equal to position tag access and entity. Voilà. That's it. And that's it for the question for now.
Thanks a lot, Alexandre.
No problem.
So thanks all for watching this live video coding. So the code snippets, the links, and the video of the live will be very soon available on our website. Welcome to thejungle.com in the section behind the code. Don't hesitate to follow us on Twitter to be informed of the next live coding sessions. Thank you.